round cable chain. It doesn't want a large round cable. Did you leave that unattended?
I was looking right at it.
Okay. So it's not doesn't lie very nicely. But a large oval will lie nice. So we're going to turn them oval. So there's two different types of bow opening pliers, and of course I only have two of the same here. These are bow opening pliers. So when you squeeze them, they open. And these ones have a round at the end, and then they have notches and a half round or round, these rounded areas. The notches equal a rectangle. The round parts equal a nice oval end. So I'm going to use these. It's probably better. And I'm just going to isolate one ring, the first ring. I'm going to slide it over the pliers, and I want my seam to always be in the same spot. It should always be on the short side of the oval, the top or the bottom of the oval.
So like it'll be like setting a
Right? So right there. My seam's right there. So I'm gonna turn this into a long oval, which would, if this was a bigger jump ring, would be what's called a paper clip chain, which is these long ovals.
picking out of to mill.
And I'm just going to keep doing that.
Archery rifle.
And the reason that we put the seam there,
Most Western people do the
many important reasons. One, it's
pull the string.
the weakest spot on here is right there, right now, while I'm squeezing. This is when I want this to break,
You're twisting the arrow into
right?
the bow.
So I don't want it to break when I'm completely finished with this necklace.
And if you did the
And the
same
other
thing,
thing is that when they line up, they hide your seam, so it looks seamless. And then you don't have to do any cleanup work because your seam is hidden.
This is your
If you put it somewhere else, it's going to be very
if
obvious
you're not actually doing archery, then you can.
where your seam is.
So the size of the oval is determined by where you're putting those pliers?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So this makes a very long oval. If I could find the other pair of
I'm terrible at
these.
carving wax, so I have always a lot to clean up.
There they are.
I mean, obviously, I always have a lot of extra. Yeah. Yeah, I'm curious to see what happens when I cut that over.
So this pair that I have right now does not have the round bits at the end, and these are all half round, whereas these are all round. See the difference? Everybody see the difference?
One is completely round.
Well, this is completely round. These are flat on the inside. So these ones are going to make more of a more of a traditional oval shape, like that stone. And the way it works is same thing. You want to get your seam. It first goes on the short end, and then you just I'm pushing it further down, and then you're going to get a much more of a soft oval, so then you could do that.
Why is that the case with this half round?
So I can push it down farther
It just
onto
like fits
here
more.
because
Okay.
right, because this I have to get over. This is I show you. Hold on. These are thinner, so I can get inside of my round circle a lot easier.
And that just makes
like
it a
further
softer-
down. Yeah, because it's gonna. We don't have. They're wider.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
So basically, as far as they will fit on whatever
Right.
tool you're using.
Right.
Is the,
Just make sure that wherever you start, you could draw a line, and then make sure that all of them are going to that same spot, so that you can have a consistent oval. Whereas these, because the two ends are just these round nubs, I mean, it becomes a very easy place to stick it because you don't have to think about it because they're the same all the way down. So it's just a lot easier to just make this longer oval. And if you're making an Etruscan, which is this, so that's how we need a long oval to make these. We need to turn all of these. You turn everything into a long oval, a very long oval. Any questions?
Could we do that instead of that?
Well, no, because this is just to give you an idea of how to solder something together. Next week, we're going to have the demo on this when you start making your real chain. This, I don't care if you make your real chain in copper, it's up to you. I wouldn't advise it, but I'm not going to penalize you for it. But it can't be the sample. Your finished chain is not the sample cable chain. So, there will be a demo on making this chain with different proportions. I'm changing the proportions of this to make it more universal for everybody. And then we're going to have a demo on a bar link. This takes the least amount of chain of metal. This takes 3 feet of metal to make a chain, a 16-inch chain. This would probably take, to make this into a necklace, you're talking 7 to 8 feet.